What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to keep going with our tutorials on the Photoshop panels, and now we're going to break down the swatches panel. Before we get into it though, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, also comment down below if you got any questions. And with that, let's get right into the swatches panel. First thing, if you don't see the swatches panel anywhere out here, what you're going to want to do is come up to the Windows menu, come down here to swatches, and just click it. Now yours ain't going to look how mine looks with all these colors. This is a library that I have. But let's just work from the top down. First thing, you got the search bar. Obviously, if you got a swatch saved by name, you can type in the name and then it'll pop up here. Next, you got your most recently used colors. So if I were to keep clicking new colors, you can see it just adds to the next one. It's just so you got easy access to any colors that you used recently. Then we got the list of all our swatches, right? If you don't have any folders made, you're just going to have the swatches like this. But I got folders, so all my colors are in each one of these. You can add a folder by clicking this, name it, click OK, and then you can click and drag, put it wherever you want in the panel. You can click and drag a color into the group. You can collapse the group. If you double click on it, you can rename it. If you want to add a new swatch, you can click this plus button here, and it's going to add whatever you have in your background swatch. And then you can choose to add it to your library or not. With this, that would be your libraries panel over here. So if I clicked OK, it would add it to my library panel and to my swatches panel here. After that, we got the hamburger menu in the top right. If you click this, so new swatch preset, we can click it. It's the same thing as clicking the plus button down here. New swatch group, this is just going to add a new folder. Same as clicking this button down here. Rename swatch, same thing. I already showed you, you can double click on it. Same as the groups, double click and you can rename them. And then delete swatch is the same as the trash can. Choose to delete it, or you can just click and drag one to the delete button. Same thing. Now, the thumbnails and lists, all this is the size of the sample picture. So if I choose large, you can see it's way bigger. I usually keep it at small or tiny because I can see all of them at once. Small list and large list, this is the list view. So you're either going to have to choose one of the thumbnails or one of the lists. If you have the list, it's going to have the swatch and the name of the swatch. These ones are named RGB. They got the RGB values next to them. That's the name of the swatch. But if you named it something else, you'll see it says swatch 975, 976. They got names for these ones, right? I just like this because then I always have the RGB value with it. Then we got show search bar and show recents. If you uncheck these, then this search bar right here and these recent swatches are going to disappear. And then you'll just see your color swatches down here. I like to keep them on though. Append default swatches. Now, if I click this, you can see it's going to append the swatch defaults to the list of the swatches presets. If you click OK, all these are the default swatches. So from RGB down to pale, I'm just going to delete these ones because I already have them. But that's all it does. It just adds some swatches in there for you. But then we got import swatches. What this does is it opens up your file explorer. Now, if you have swatches and you know they're in the folder and it's not showing up, you can come down here, click this, and then choose a different file type. See how this one I got is an ASE file. There's a lot of different ones. You could have HTMLs, SVGs, color tables, all that. You would just click on whatever file you have and then you'd import it. And then it would pop up here. After that, we got export selected swatches. So if you make one from scratch, say you make your own swatch library from scratch, so make sure to put them all in one folder and then select that folder. Make sure it's highlighted. And then you come up to export swatches. Then you can save it. It's going to save it as an ACO file. And then you put it on your computer. Then you can upload it, send it out to people, whatever. Have it for later on in case these get deleted. And then export swatches for exchange. Same thing, you're exporting, but with this, you're exporting it as an ASE file. Right? So that's the only difference between those two. So you can get the folders, all these folders, like I said, from append default swatches. But if you click legacy swatches, it's got some other ones you can check out. So these are all the legacy swatches right here. So that's another one that you can just get yourself without having to make any. Between the default swatches and the legacy ones, you got a pretty big library to work with. And then last but not least, you got close and close tab group. It's just going to close the panel down. Self-explanatory. So if you wanted to use this, you just come over here, click a color. Like I said, it loads into your background swatch. You can click this flip and then bring it to your foreground. Say you want to use the paint bucket tool or you want to use the brush, right? Pick a new color. You can also just hit X on the keyboard and it'll flip them. Right? You can just pick another color, hit X. Pick another color, hit X. Keep going, right? It just helps quicken up your workflow, make it a little faster. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.